Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola once again. Welcome to Black Slides Online Secondary School. This is your school. This is your home. We love to be with you around to learn. Our goal is to have you learn as much as you can, especially at this critical time when you are about to sit for your MSCE examinations. So we are still revising papers from different places. This is mathematics paper 1 from NED. This is NED mock. NED is short for Northern Education Division. So this is their paper. Schools from that division wrote this paper, which we are going to look at now. Welcome, learners. I like the paper from NED and other papers too. They are rich with exam style questions, very rich. So we are going to take you through a step-by-step solutions in order to boost your score. Remember, the target here at Black Slides is to have as many of you as possible get distinctions in the subjects that we teach, and the others too. Welcome, learners. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. So please be with us as we go through this paper together. Without wasting your precious time, let's get to the business of the day. Question number 1. Is asking you to factorize completely the expression 3y squared minus 6y minus 9. Welcome once again to the platform. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. Your school online. If you are on YouTube channel, you are watching this on our YouTube channel, consider subscribing to the channel and also invite as many people as possible to join us. Remembering all the time to hit the notification bell. The notification bell, once you hit it, will enable you to receive notifications, to be notified every time we upload a video. Factorize completely. To factorize an expression is simply to find the common factor, rather to find the factors, of the given expression. So the number of marks usually indicates how many steps you need to lay out your work. How many steps you need to lay out your work, especially critical steps. So suppose you faced this in an exam. What would you have done? What would you do to factorize 3y squared minus 6y minus 9? Welcome, learners, to the platform. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. what would you have done to factorize this to get 4 marks? Welcome, learners. So the working out, in order to find the factors of 3y squared minus 6y minus 9, first of all, you should notice that there is a common factor among these terms in the expression. There's a number that can go into 3y squared, which can also go into minus 6y and minus 9. So that number is 3. 3 is common. You can factor out the 3. So when you factor out the 3, dividing everything by 3, you obtain this expression here. So the 3 is taken out, and then you have a quadratic expression remaining yet to be factorized again. By doing that, you have 1 mark. Remember, your target is to get 4 marks. Welcome, learners, to Black Slides Online Secondary School, and I'm your teacher, Mr. Pochilolo. I'm so pleased to be with you. So having factored out the number 3, now you have y squared minus 2y minus 3 to factorize. So in order to factorize this expression, you shall need first of all to identify numbers whose product is minus 3 and whose sum is minus 2. Two numbers that can be multiplied to give us minus 3, and those that can be added, the same numbers that can be added to produce minus 2, the coefficient of 2y, of y. So such numbers, you will notice, will be minus 3 and 1, positive 1. If you take minus 3 multiplied by positive 1, you get minus 3 here. But at the same time, if you add these two, add them up, you add minus 3 to 1, you get minus 2. So that minus 2 is this one here. And if you multiply the same minus 3 by positive 1, you get minus 3. Minus 3, which is this one here. All right. So what you do next is to rewrite this expression in terms of these numbers. So you obtain from it, you obtain y minus 2, I beg your pardon, y minus 3, and y plus 1 as the factors of the quadratic expression in brackets there. This also gives you 1 mark. Hello? Hello? Muntu wake uti? Ndani amene? Wrong number. Wrong number, pepani. Welcome learners, sorry for that disturbance. So factorizing the expression y squared minus 2y minus 3 will give you open brackets, two brackets, y minus 3 and y plus 1. This again is 1 mark. So we have a 3 there and these two factors. So you combine these together to make this expression. You have 3 open brackets, y minus 3 close brackets, open brackets, y plus 1 close brackets, that's 1 mark. So we have a total of 4 marks. There is no one single way of doing things. You can try to do the same to solve this problem using other methods that you are comfortable with. That's very important. In mathematics, there is flexibility, meaning that there are numerous ways of solving a problem and still come up with the same solution. So try to do it in your own ways and obtain the expression 3 times y minus 3 open brackets, y minus 3 close brackets, open brackets, y plus 1 close brackets, 1 mark. So check. These are the critical steps that deserve marks. So a total of 4 marks altogether. Welcome, learners. Don't hesitate. In case you have questions, reach out to me and the other Black Slides teachers will help you, will guide you through. In case you want to join us on our main platform, don't hesitate to let us know. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. Remember, we are revising one of the important papers in the country, mock papers from NED, Mathematics Paper 1. Question number 2. Problem number 2 is to simplify 1 over root 7 minus 2 over 5 root 7, giving your answer with a rational denominator. Before we start working on it, I want to remind you something. If you have a term such as root x and you multiply it by the same root x, the result is x without the root sign. This is very, very important relationship. So multiplying the root of any number, any term, by itself will give you the term without a root sign. So by the end of the day, the denominator in the answer must not have a root sign, and you see us applying this very useful relationship. Welcome, learners. And take note of marks. 5 marks imply 5 steps. Pay attention to marks. I always like to say this to students, to my candidates, whatever subject it is, be it physics, chemistry, biology, agriculture, whatever subject, including maths, marks indicate how many things you needed to lay out, to put on paper. All right, so let's go through the solution. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. your platform where you learn the sciences and the other on-demand subjects. Invite your friends to join us so that they too can revise with us. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola, your teacher. So the first thing we need to do is to look at the denominators, to make the denominators the same, to equalize denominators. Here we have root 7, and over here we have 5 root 7. Right. Take note that 1 over root 7 is the same as 1 times 5 divided by 5 root 7. Take note, these are numerically the same. If you try to cancel the 5s, 5 here will go once, 5 over there will go once, you have 1 over root 7 remaining, the same as that. But what we wanted by doing this is to have 5, which is 1 times 5 over 5 multiplied by root 7. So this is basically the same as 1 over root 7. So 1 over root 7 is the same as 5 over 5 root 7. We did this in order to make the denominators the same, so that by the end of the day, you will notice that 1 over root 7 minus 2 over 5 root 7. This is the same as saying 5 over 5 root 7 minus 2 over 5 root 7. It's the same thing. Now, in mathematics, when you have x over p minus y over p, this is numerically the same, sensibly the same as x minus y over p. It's the same. So therefore, that means that 5 over 5 root 7 minus 2 over 5 root 7 is this basically the same as subtracting the numerators. It's the same as subtracting the numerators 5 minus 2 over 5 root 7. And this is equal to 3 root 7. 3 over 5 root 7. By doing this, you have 1 mark. By equalizing the denominators, you also have 1 mark. So the question says our answer must have rational denominator, meaning that we should do all we can to remove the root sign here, this one, the root sign. So to do that, we shall have 3, which is the response we need to convert into a number that has rational denominator. So 3 over 5 root 7, in order to remove the root sign, you simply multiply the expression by root 7, the same term, root 7, on both the numerator and denominator. So that 3 times root 7 is going to give you 3 root 7. And then the denominator will give you 5 times root 7 times root 7 again. We are doing this in order to remove the root sign from the denominator, which is called rationalizing the denominator. So by the end of the day, what you're going to have is 3 root 7 over 5 times 7. Why it is 5 times 7 is because root 7 times root 7 gives us 7 without a root sign. So we have managed to remove that sign, and the process is called rationalizing the denominator. So in this case, we shall have 3 root 7 divided by 35, which is 5 times 7. So this is the response that we should get. So by doing all that, you have 1 mark for doing this, rationalizing the denominator. And for the final answer, we have, since we have 2 steps, we have 2 marks. So together we have 7 marks, rather 5 marks. 5 marks. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilora, your teacher on this platform. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School, your online school. Invite your friends, wherever they are, to join us so that they too can benefit from learning on this platform. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that every time a video lesson is uploaded, you will become the first to be notified. We are revising this paper. This is from NED. NED stands for Northern Education Division. It constitutes big schools such as Zuzu Government, Katoto Secondary School, Marymount, Ikwendeni Girls, as well as Ikwendeni CDSS, Kasei Girls, and others. Big schools that are doing it, that are performing, including St. Mary's Karonga. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chirora, revising this paper with you. Welcome. Question number 3. Make P the subject of the formula n equals to y over p, open brackets, m squared minus p over a, close brackets. In other words, what the question is asking us to do is to have the expression written as p equals to something something, equals to something. So that's the job we have to do, to make p the subject. So in order to do that, let's have the expression down here. So n, we are told n is equal to y over p open brackets m squared minus p over a. What we've done here is just to copy the expression, bring it down here. There isn't much that has been done. Just copy. So, first and foremost, we need to multiply both sides of this equation by p. Why are we doing this? We are multiplying both sides by p to remove the denominator here. And that's the variable that is being sought after. We are asked to make the subject. So multiply this side by p, this side also by p. We are doing this so that this can cancel out. So we have NP being equal to y, open brackets, m squared, minus p over a. I hope you are following this workout. It's very, very important that you do. Next, brackets are not helpful. We need to remove them. So remove brackets by expanding the expression on the right-hand side. So multiply this y by everything we have here. So y multiplied by m squared will give us ym squared. Y multiplied by p over a will give us yp over a. Then we bring terms that contain p to one side of the equation. Take note, we have a p here, we have another p there, so bring them to one side of the equation. In this case, we shall have np adding yp over a. This must be equal to ym squared Take note that we have a p here, we have another p there. We can factor this out. Factorizing that out, we shall have p open brackets, n plus y over a. This being equal to y m squared. All right, so we still need to have a lot to do. See here, we need to simplify this bracket. What's inside of them? The bracket. Simplify that. So we have p open brackets. The common denominator is a. This a is the common denominator here. So we divide 1 into a is a multiplied by n is an. So we have an over here. And the a into a is 1 multiplied by y is y. Which is equal to ym squared. So in order to obtain p, we shall divide both sides by an plus y over a. Which, if you do it properly, will cancel that whole thing. And then you have this side an plus y over a. So therefore p will be equal to a, you take this a up, taking this a up, you have a y squared, sorry, a y m squared divided by an plus y. That's what we were looking for. So now p is equal to, p is now equal to a y m squared over an plus y. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola, your teacher. So what we've done here is what I've already explained. Just go through the example number of times. Number of times, and you get p as aym squared over an plus y, giving us a total of 4 marks. Look up for the allocation of marks. So you have 1 mark for multiplying both sides by p, 1 mark for removing brackets, another mark for collecting the terms to one side, those which contain p, and then isolating the p to have it as the subject of the formula. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola, your teacher. Question number 4. Given that f of x is equal to the cube root of x squared minus 8, and the f of x minus 2 is equal to 2, find the values of y. Find the numerical values of y. All right, so we are told that f of x is equal to the cube root of x squared minus h. That's what we are given. And we are told also that f of x minus 2 is equal to 2. What this means essentially is that if we put here where there is x, put x minus 2, the expression is going to be equal to 2. That's what that means. So let's do that. So when you're working out, we substitute x minus 2 where there's x minus 2, where there's x in the expression, original function. Here, where there's x, we put x minus 2. So this is going to be equal to x minus 2. Remember that we are simply substituting. Where there is x, we put x minus 2, not forgetting to square it, then minus 8. This is equal to 2 as given. So the next thing we need to do is to remove the cube root sign, this cube, the house. Remove this. So one way to do that is to cube both sides, to raise both sides to the power 3. That's called cubing. So we raise the left-hand side, x minus 2 power 2 minus 8. Raise this whole thing to power 3. And since we are dealing with an equation, we also have to raise the 2 to the power 3. So when this thing is raised to the power 3, you will end up having just x minus 2 squared minus h. This must be equal to h. 2 to the power 3 is h. Now, having reached this point, if you take minus h to the right hand side, you have left x minus 2 the power 2 is equal to 8 plus h. H plus h. So eventually what we're going to have, you will have x minus 2 power 2 being equal to 16. Okay, I'm online. Sorry for that. So we have x minus 2 to the power 2 is equal to 16. Please, I hope you are following this. So if we take the square root of both sides, remember that square root of a number is plus or minus. We shall have x minus 2 equals to plus or minus 4, which is the square root of 16, giving us x equals to 2 plus or minus 4, for which is that x will be equal to x is equal to 2 plus 4, which is 6, or x is equal to 2 minus 4, which gives us minus 2. So the two values are minus 2 and 6. I want you to go through this solution or do it your own way until you find the same solutions. That is, if you agree with the solutions obtained here. Welcome, learners. So the working out, you can go through at your own time. This is laid out here. So first of all, we had to substitute x minus 2 into the function. Where there's x, we place that, and then cube both sides to remove the cube root. So after cubing both sides, we have to simplify this. We have x minus 2 to the power 2 is equal to 16. If you take 16 to this side and expand, you have this quadratic function. But this is additional work. You could have taken square root of both sides to get x minus 2 equals to plus or minus 4 and solve for x. So by the end of the day, you'll find x is equal to 4, sorry, x is equal to 6, and x is equal to minus 2. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School, your place to be. Invite your friends, wherever they are, to join us. Welcome, learners. Question number 5. Solve the equation 1 minus 2x minus 2x squared is equal to 0, giving your answer to two significant figures. This is a quadratic equation in which the final answer must be in a decimal form. So first thing first, you have to try to rewrite the equation in form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Right, so if you look at the equation given, the given equation, the find that it's not in this form yet. You need to rearrange the terms so that they are in this format. So to do that, if you look at minus 2x, that can be the value of a minus 2 x squared minus 5x and then plus 1 is equal to 0. You can multiply through by minus 1. This will give you 2x squared. Minus and minus will give you 5x. X minus 1 is equal to 0. So from this you see that our a is 2, our x is 5, and our c, sorry, I beg your pardon, this must be our b is 5, and our c, the constant, is minus 1. So this makes life a bit easier. Then you go ahead to use formula x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So that's basically what you do. So substitute and simplify, you must get a value that needs to be rounded off to two significant figures. Welcome, learners. So we are saying first and foremost, rearrange the expression into standard form. X squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. You have this, just transferring these ones and rearranging them nicely, and then apply through by minus 1, it will give you this. Then these are the values of the constants in the expression. A is 2, B is 5, and C is minus 1. Then introducing the equation, quadratic equation, and simplify must lead you to the values of x as either 0.12, which is to two significant figures, and the x is being equal to minus 2.7, which is also to two significant figures. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. Invite your friends wherever they are. We are revising a mathematics paper from NED. This is paper 1. Number 6 is about matrices. Given that A is equal to this matrix and B is equal to this matrix, evaluate A squared minus AB. So first of all, we need to work out A squared. A squared means A times A. So multiplying this matrix by itself, showing working throughout, 1 multiplied by minus 1, minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 is this one here, and 2 multiplied by minus 1 is this one here. You add this to 3 times 2, and then 0 multiplied by 2. You get that. Just go through this, applying the methods of multiplying matrices. A squared will give you this matrix. And then you repeat the process multiplying A by B to give you this matrix. Take note of the allocation of marks. We have 2 marks here, another 2 marks there. The last stage is to subtract A squared minus AB. So doing the subtraction correctly, remembering that you are subtracting corresponding elements, will give you A squared minus AB is going to be equal to 2 by 2 matrix, 2 by 1. This is 1, 2 by 2 matrices of elements 2, 2, 6, 6. As shown here. Go through this and apply any method that you think can work best for you to find the same response. This is Black Slides Online Secondary School. Figure 1 shows a circle ABCD, center O, in which AE is 32 and the EC is 16, 18. Calculate the length of DB in terms of x. DB in terms of x. What is DB? DB is a chord. Take note, it's a chord. So here we shall need to apply one of the circle theorems and chord properties. All right, so from the diagram, you can find the length of the diameter by simply adding the given values. Find the length of the diameter AC. Remember, AC is made up of AE and EC. So AE is 32, EC is 18. When you add this up, the diameter is going to be 50. And remember that diameter is twice the radius. And the radius is a half of the diameter. So the radius OA, AO, this one is half of the diameter, which is 25x. So that's the diameter, OC, I mean the radius. So the radius, OA, is equal to OC, 25, half of 50. Now, we need to know what OE is. OE. Okay, our target here is to find facts about this triangle. If you look at this triangle here, this angle here is 90 degrees. And you are told that a line drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. That means this part is equal to this one. So if we know length DE, then we can find DB by simply multiplying DE by 2. So that's our target. All right, so from the diagram, looking at triangle OED, OD is 25. OD is 25, that's the radius. And the OE is given to us as the 7. How is it 7? Remember, this is the diameter of length 25. The radius is the 25. That's OC. So to find OE, we simply take 25 minus 18. So this one here is 7x. So applying Pythagoras theorem, DE squared, ED squared, this side squared, ED squared, RD OE squared is equal to OD squared. That's Pythagoras theorem. So substituting and simplifying will give us ED equals to 24. Sorry. Yeah, will give us ED equals 24x. But our target is DB. So DB is basically twice DE. That means DB is going to be 48, just multiply by 2. Be 48 x centimeters. Welcome to Black Slides. Remember, the paper we are revising is from NED, a very helpful paper. Question number 8. The endpoints of a 10 centimeter diameter are A and B, where A has the coordinates 5, W, and B has -1, 7, respectively. Calculate the coordinates of the center when W is negative. This is coordinate geometry. Welcome, learners. So in order to work out this, first we must apply the distance formula. What is the distance AB? So the distance AB is found using this formula. All right, so take 5 minus 5 minus 1, 5 minus minus 1 squared, and then W minus 7 also squared. This is equal to 10 centimeters. Simplifying will give us this expression, root of 6 squared. By the way, this is 5 minus minus 1, that's 6 squared. It's plus W minus 7 squared is equal to 10. So square both sides, remove the root sign, will give us 36 plus open brackets W minus 7 close bracket square. So solving for W will give us W equals to either 15 or -1, but we are told that we need to select the negative value of W. So since W is negative, that means W is -1, -1. Therefore, the center, find the midpoint. The endpoints of the 10 centimeter diameter are these, respectively. Coordinates, calculate the coordinates of the center when W is negative. That means we need to find coordinates at the centers. So the coordinate at the centers, or in the middle point, will be 5, W, and the -1 and +7. So applying the midpoint formula will give us 5 plus -1 divided by 2, -1 plus 7 divided by 2. Simplifying this will give us the coordinates shown here, 2, 3. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Pochilola, your teacher on this platform. We are revising a paper from NED. Invite your friends not to miss this opportunity. A metallic sphere of volume 770 cubic centimeters is recast into a cylinder of 5 centimeters length. Calculate the surface area of the cylinder. Calculate the surface area of the cylinder. So equate the volumes. Volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h, and the volume is still the same. Since volume is conserved, volume cannot be destroyed. All right, so volume is conserved. The volume of the sphere and that of the cylinder are the same. So applying this, it means we can find the radius of the cylinder by simply solving for r. In this case, the value of r squared is 49. That it tells us that r is equal to 7 centimeters. And then you use the total surface areas formula. The total surface area for a cylinder is 2 pi r multiplied by r plus h, where r is radius and h is the length or the height of the cylinder. So the total surface area, therefore, by substituting into this expression, will be found to be 528. Please go through this solution again a number of times just to be very, very sure. In case I've gone through very fast, maybe we are trying to make the video not quite long, not too long. All right, already we have spent 1 hour. Welcome, learners. Given that this is vectors, given that OC is parallel to 3 by 4 and OC is 30, find OC, 6 marks. All right, welcome. So first thing first, we need to find we can let OC be any scalar quantity multiplied by 3 by 4. Removing brackets will give you 3k by 4k, where k is not 0. And then you apply magnitude formula, which is the distance formula, for us to find k. All right, so we shall apply this, bring it here, and equate to 30. So simplifying the equation will give us the value of k equals to 6. So using that, we substitute this 6 for k here, then we find that OC, which is needed, is 18 by 24. Go through the solution a number of times or try to solve this in your own way until you are sure what we are doing. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola. You are. If x minus 3 is a factor of x cubed plus p squared, x squared minus 11x minus 30, find the values of p. This is called factor and remainder theorem. So that being the case, if x minus 3 is a factor, it means substituting 3 into this expression is going to be equal to 0, and then we'll be able to solve for p. So use the factor theorem. If x minus 3 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 3. Substitute 3, x is equal to 3 into the polynomial and equate it to 0. Put 3 everywhere. Here we shall have the result is going to be 27. This is 27 plus 9 squared p minus 33 minus 30 is equal to 0. So simplifying and equating to 0 will give us 9p squared minus 36 is equal to 0. Minus 36 is coming after simplifying the numbers in the equation. Then solve for p squared. So p squared is going to be 4. Just equate. P squared is going to be 36. P squared is 36. 9p squared rather is 36. It's equal to 36. Solving for p will give us p equals to plus or minus 2. Remember, the square root of a number is negative or positive. Welcome, learners. A body starts with a speed of 10 meters per second and accelerates uniformly to a speed of 30 meters per second for 5 seconds. It then further accelerates at 5 meters per second square in the next 10 seconds before going to rest in another 15 seconds. Sketch the graph. Sketch the graph of the journey. Right, so for this kind of issue, the sketch that is being sought for is this one here. Let's see. The body starts with a velocity or speed of 10 meters per second. It starts from here. And then accelerates uniformly to a speed of 30. So it moves uniformly. We know that this is uniform acceleration. This is a straight line to 30 over here in 5 seconds. Then it further accelerates at 5 meters per second square. From here it goes to that with an acceleration of 5 for another 10 seconds. 10. Yeah, so from 30 meters per second, it goes to a velocity of 80. Okay, you'll be asking me how we got the 80. This is how. All right, since here we are told the acceleration, and it's starting from 30. So you can take 30 as u, which is the initial velocity, 30. And we are told A is 5. So we need to find this velocity. This velocity here, how did it come about? And time t is 10. That's from 5 to 15. Welcome, learners. So we know that acceleration A is equal to v minus u over t. So we know A is 5, acceleration is 5. V we don't know, that's what we need to know, why we brought it to 80 minus 30. Divided by 10. So we are trying to solve for V. So we have 10 times 5, 10 times 5 is equal to V minus 30. So this is 50, 10 times 5 is 50, is equal to V minus 30. Giving us V equals to 80. That's why I went that far. All right, so after reaching this velocity of 80, then we are told that the body goes back to rest. So it's going to decelerate to go down for the next 15 minutes. 15 is from 15 to 30, that's 15 minutes or 15 seconds. So it goes to rest uniformly in the next 15 seconds. That's the sketch. This is the sketch. So you have 5 minutes, 5 max for starting from here, 1, 2, 3, then 4, then going back to rest. That's 5 max altogether. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Paul Chilola, your teacher. Invite your friends to come and join us. Subscribe to the channel. If x plus 1, 2x minus 1, and 5 plus x are three consecutive terms of the arithmetic progression, calculate the sum of the first 10 terms. So just a quick one. This becomes your first term, A. And then we have the number of terms, N. What else do we know? We need to work out the common difference since this is arithmetic progression. So first of all, work out the common difference. So the common difference is this term minus the first term, which is removing these brackets. The common difference is going to be x plus 5 minus 2x minus 1. All right. The common difference can be obtained by subtracting 2x minus 1 minus x plus 1 here, or you can also get it by subtracting 2x minus 1 from x plus 5. It's the same thing. So simplify both sides. Simplifying both sides will give us this. And then we solve for x, common difference. Therefore, it's going to be, when you substitute a 4 here, it will be something like a 5. So the common difference, therefore, is a 5. Then you use the sum formula. So the sum formula says the number of terms divided by 2 multiplied by 2a, where a is the first term, plus the product of the product of the difference, the number of terms minus 1 multiplied by the common difference. Substituting and simplifying will give us 140 as the answer. Welcome, learners. Go through the solution a number of times to get familiar with the techniques required. Given that p varies directly as the cube of x squared and inversely as the square root of y, when p is equal to 32, x is 2, and y is 9, find y when p is equal to 8 and x is equal to half. So first of all, let's write the formula. We are told that p varies directly as the cube of x, like shown here, and inversely as the square root of y. So this is the expression. Introducing the equal sign, we have p equals to k x cubed over root of y, where k is the constant. Then you substitute the given values to find k. All right, so substituting properly, substituting these given values to find k will give us k equals to 12. Then substituting k back into the expression, we shall have p equals to 12x cubed over root of y. Then plugging in p equals to 8 and x equals to half will give us y equals to 9 over 256. Convince yourself that you can do this without the help of anyone. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Pochilola, your teacher. We are revising a mathematics paper from NED. Figure 2 shows two isosceles triangles, XYZ and YMN. N and M are midpoints of YZ and YX respectively, such that NM is parallel to ZX if YO is equal to 2, OW is equal to 4, and ZX is equal to 15. So calculate the area of the trapezium NMXZ. Since we are told that YO equals to 2 and YW is equal to Y plus YO plus OW, that's 2 plus 4, is equal to 6 from the diagram. This is 6, which gives us a scale factor of 2 over 6, which is 1/3. So calculate the length of MN in the triangle. The length of MN is going to be half of XZ. So 1/3 of XZ, which is the scale factor multiplied by the length. So XZ, this one, 1/3 of 15 is 5 centimeters. So NM is 5 centimeters. Then find the height of the trapezium. The height is going to be 4, is given here. Then you use the formula for calculating area. Use area formula for trapezium. It's half sum of two parallel sides multiplied by height. Substituting and simplifying as accurately as possible will give us 40 centimeters. I want you to go through these solutions in your own time. We are going through this very quickly, and it will be helpful for you to go through these, in your own time. Welcome, learners. Number 16, the variance of the data 2x, 3x minus 4, 3x plus 1, and 4x is 16. Find the values of x. So first of all, we calculate the mean. Mean is average. Just add this up and divide by 4. So the mean, which is the average, is going to be 3x. Making sure I simplify accordingly and divide by 4. So the variance formula says that the sum of all values given minus the mean squared divided by the number of terms. Simplifying accordingly will help you to obtain an expression in which x can be calculated. So by the end of the day, you will have expressions such as this: 2x squared plus 32 equals 64. Solving for x shall give you plus or minus 4. Remembering all the time that the square root of a number can be positive or negative. The angles of elevation and depression of the top and the bottom of the tower from the top of the 50-meter tall building are 70 degrees and 25 degrees respectively. Calculate the height of the tower, giving the answer to the nearest meter. Right, so let's first of all have the situation scenario. Suppose this is the tower, this is a building which is 50 meters tall. And we have the tower of height h. We don't know it. All right, so this is the reference diagram. The angle of elevation is 70 here, and the angle depression is 25. Looking at the tower from the bottom, we make an angle of 25. Mind you, this is the eye line, eye line. Okay, so when you raise your head up, you're looking at the tower at the angle of 70 with respect to the eye line. But when you look down at the bottom of the tower, the angle is 25 with respect to the eye line. All right, so we need to find h by whatever means we do. So in this case, referring to the diagram, let's let the distance between the building and the tower be the d. This one here, this distance is d. The angle of depression is 25. If we take the tangent of this angle, remember tangent is opposite over adjacent, the tangent of this angle. All right, so solving for this, by the way, this height from the foot here to the point where D is touching, this is equal to the height of the building. So this must also be 50. So in this case, tangent of 50 over D is tangent of 25 is 50 over D. Solving for D will give us D equals to 107. Please make sure you can do this. Just find tan 50 divided by tan 25. You should be able to get this one here, and then simplify both sides. Make D the subject over here. Make D the subject. You'll find D is equal to 107. So this D, as well as this one here, the same, is 107. Then let the height of the building be h. The building, the height of the building, the height of the building, the height of the tower above the building, this one, let it be h. The angle of elevation is from the top is 70, this one over here. Take tangent. Tangent of 70 is opposite side, which is h divided by d. But we already have found d, making h the subject, we'll get d equals to tan of 70. And then substituting and making h the subject, h is going to be 294. So the total height, which is h, is going to be 50, this part, add h. All right, so we know that 50 is just the height of the building, which is equal to this part, and then the height, h, is the height above the building is 294, which together is 344.61. Welcome, learners. Go through this quite a number of times and be sure that you can do this by yourself. Convince yourself. In case you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Figure 3 shows a circle QNXT. P or R is a tangent at P. PXT is a straight line, such that angle QNT is 66 and the angle PXPQ is 32. This one, calculate angle XQT. XQT, that's this angle here. Welcome to Black Slides Online Secondary School. This is your place to be. Welcome, learners. All right, so I'll leave this for you to do. This is your work to do. Do it and let me know the solution within the shortest time possible. Welcome, learners. My name is Mr. Poichiro. I've left two other questions, question 19 and 20, so that you can also work on these two and share with me the responses. For the time being, bye-bye. We meet again in another revision session.